welcome to my kitchen. I am Tina with Hanging with Frugal Tina. To my returning subscriber, as always, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to anybody who's new here, to you too, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. So this week I am doing an emergency budget week. And I have all of the rules. I'll attach it somewhere around here that you can click on it to see what the rules are. But basically, I'm going to use a minimal amount of money. And the only thing I'm going to use are minimal pantry staples like my seasonings and stuff like that, and or a fat. So let's get right to it. If you want to see the rules, go to the other video and I'm going to meet you over there. Let's go. Come on. Okay, here's the grocery haul. We're going to start with what didn't go right, okay? Initially, I thought that I had 2 green peppers in the freezer. I didn't. I have about 3/4 of one and then these 2 halves. So we're just going to go with that. But I did charge myself for 2 green peppers. What also didn't go right was over here is my potatoes. They never made it in my order. I ordered 2 bags of 5 pounds at $2 a piece. So that is something I already had. That's out there just so I can show you that I did get potatoes. What else? I charged myself for a whole head of lettuce when I got a couple of pieces. And the John Morrell sausage, I have to go get today, so I stuck some sausage out there just so you could see it. I'm picking up 2. The biggest problem, I got a huge roast from Aldi's. I told my daughter last night to come down and get the roast out from Aldi's. This is the one she took out, this teeny tiny one. Now, typically, that would be what we were eating, but not when we're trying to make it go over a week. So I think what I'm going to do to make up the difference is to put that little tenderloin in with it. It's not going to be the same size or the amount of meat, but that's what we got. So I am considering just doing that instead. And that's everything that didn't go well. Let's get to the rest. So I got a dozen eggs. I got some pinto beans, some black beans, and rice. Yes, they're on the scene. I am not a bean person, but I have a couple of recipes that I think I want to try. So we talked about the peppers. I got 2 cans of corn, a jar of salsa, a loaf of bread, 6 packs. There's only 5 out there. I'm missing one of the packs of ramen noodles. Cheddar cheese. I got 6 boxes of macaroni for a couple different dishes. We got some carrots. Got a bag of mixed veggies. I probably don't need all of those. We talked about the tomatoes. They gave me 2 cans instead of 1 can. Got some sour cream. We got the lettuce. We got some flour tortillas. There's 20 of them in there. I got a bag of onions. And I got chicken over there, 2 packs. Y'all, they were 83 cents a pound. Yes, 83 cents. So I got 2 packs. So let's get it. Let's go. Let's start this week. Okay, so I decided I'm not going to put the other roast in there. I'm going to cook this roast, and if I need the additional meat, then I'll cook the other roast, because I'm not really sure what to do, but that's my decision. I'm going to cook this roast, and if I need more meat, then I'll just go ahead and cook again. But the only thing I'm going to do with this meat, since it's already seasoned, is I sprayed down my crock pot. I'm going to put it in there with just a smidgen, a scotia water in the bottom, and I'm just going to let it cook throughout the day. Okay, so I have the roast in the crock pot. The only other prep work I'm doing today is I'm going to cook the rice just like it says to. No big deal, but I'm cooking the entire bag because we're going to be using this throughout the week. Okay, I'm going to prepare the beans because I need them for tonight. What I do is, well, I already found something in here, is I take my beans and I just pour them in my hand as I'm going through. And anything that looks a little wonky or something I don't want, like look, like that bean looks funny. That looks weird. That almost looks like a rock. They're not, they're beans, but I don't want those. And I just go through just like this. Then I'm gonna wash them and then I'll show you how I cook them. So let me finish doing these and I'll be back. And this is why I do it. There were no rocks. I thought one was a rock, but anything I didn't like that looked a little questionable, I took out. My beans are now rinsed. They're in here. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to show you that there's water in there. It's got to be about an inch above. The only thing I'm going to add to this is salt because I'm going to use it different ways throughout the week and I don't want it just flavored one way. So just going to add some salt. Beans need salt, guys. They need salt. And then I wished I would have did this last night because then I could have soaked them overnight. So what you're going to do and I am not an Instant Pot girl. This is a Farberware one. I am just, you just put that on. You set it to sealing, and let me get down here to the bottom and show you how to do that. Okay, so we're gonna push start, and my bean setting is 08. So start. There you go. And we'll be back when those are done. Okay, so the beans are done. This has been released. There's no pressure left in there. And there go our yummy, yummy beans. Now remember, these are not seasoned beans. These are just cooked beans with a little bit of salt in them because I want to use them different ways. But there's our beans. So I am going to season some of these for tonight's meal. Let me move that back. And okay, and our pork is done. Whoop, whoop. That's done. I'm going to shred that up and put it back into its juices. So simple so far. Okay. This made a lot of meat. I'm glad I didn't make that extra one. I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough meat. All right, so let's get on to making tonight's dinner. I want to get some beans out of there and get them seasoned up. And we'll go from there. And now I have this back in its own juice. I don't know if you could see or not, but it made its own juices. And that's what I'm letting it soak in. It's very, very tasty. I didn't even barely season it because it had seasoning on it already. And I didn't want to weigh it down with a lot of seasoning. So let me get everything. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in the pan. And basically what I'm doing is I'm not really cooking anything. I'm seasoning it because remember I didn't season the beans. All I did was add some salt. What I'm going to do is in this pan, I'm going to heat up the beans and some rice. I'm going to add some of my homemade taco seasoning. I have that in my playlist under, I think it's dry seasonings. I don't feel like whipping it up today. I make a big batch and then I keep it. Okay. So onward, forward. For the wraps, I'm going to throw some rice in here. It's an easy way to get everything seasoned up all at one time. Try and let the drain the juice off out of the bean pot. The beans came out. Oh, I wanted to show you. Hold on. They came out just how you like them. Hold on. You could just smush them in your fingers. Okay, that's how we like them. Oh no, I did that. So basically all I'm doing here is I'm going to add some seasoned, not seasoned salt, some taco seasoning that I made. That's the good thing about one of the videos I made, that you could do this too if you didn't have any taco seasoning. Okay, so we have the rice and beans. I'm going to add some taco seasoning to it. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons, or this kind of a camera shut off. So I just added some taco seasoning to this. We're going to put some of the meat in a wrap. Need a little water. Now we're just going to warm that up. And as we make the wraps, if I need a little more, I'll add a little more. Because not everybody likes the beans. Well, almost everybody likes the beans. One person doesn't. But look how quickly that came together. Actually, I could just take this out of this pan, rinse it out, and keep it moving for the next part. Let me give that a taste. I know people don't like plastic spoons, but when I'm going in like this, I don't want a metal spoon. I don't want it to burn my mouth. That is so good. Let me move things around and get to the next step. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have some little tortilla shells, and I have a couple of big ones that I had in the house. The kids said they want the small ones, but they want it folded in half rather than 2 sides, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we're going to give it a go. I'm going to put cheese on the bottom of each of them. This way it gives something for it to stick to. I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a top and a bottom. Oh, I forgot it. Had to move it up. You couldn't see very well. So I have the rice and beans that I mixed together in a pan over here. Just did some taco seasoning. I'm going to put some salsa on this side. And we're going to set that down right inside the pan. I'll bring you over in a second. And then on this one here, we're going to put some of the shredded meat on there. And then we're going to put this one in the pan as well. You bring you on over. Okay, well I have that in there. I'm just going to take this pizza lid that I've been using for everything today and put it on top to keep some of the heat in there. It's easier to do when it starts to melt. It's easier to flip. Let's let that brown up on one side before we give it a go. Okay, I gave it a good little flip. A flipperoo there. And then I'm just going to repeat this process over and over until they're all done. But let me get this one all the way done and then I'll show it to you before we get to the taste test. Okay, here's one of them. Just want to give you a good look inside. And then we also have more salsa. We have more sour cream. Look at that. Ooh. Look inside there. How yummy does that look? Yummy. Yummy. Whoop, it's squeezing out the other end. Let me give this one to Aiden, baby, and let him start eating it while I make the rest. Look in there. Look at it coming out. Ooh. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Whoop. It's dripping out.
Looking good.
It sure is. Oh, okay, let's get to the table. If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Hello! We're at the table! Can't wait to dig in. Everybody else is eating. We're last this time. So I'm going to try one down here. It is so yummy, y'all. I mean, I can't even... Woo! Let me taste it without the sour cream first. Eric didn't want his sour cream. Ready? Mmm. Mmm. That's salsa in there. The salsa inside of it takes it up a notch.
It does.
Let me try it with a little bit of sour cream. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Good.
Mmm. I really like that. You like it? Yeah. Yasmin's behind the counter. Behind the camera. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Which way do you like it better? With the sour cream or without?
She's looking at with.
With? Yeah, I like it with too. I think it adds a little something to it. But it would be fine on its own if it didn't have it. All right. Well, I was going to say let the others get fed, but let us get fed. So I'll see you at the wrap up. Or maybe not, depending on how many videos I have to cram into this one. See you later. Bye.
Yeah.